Mask of the Phantasm. Mark Hamill, man, I just can't. I can't with him.
Why?
He's too fabulous.
Okay, that was.
He's too great. He's too fantastic.
His acting, his reprisal of the Joker is just magnificent.
He's the greatest detective of the world of all time, or whatever. He's the world's greatest detective.
Yeah, that one.
Welcome to the list. This is a show where we watch a movie from our all-time movie watch list, watch it, and review it for your viewing pleasure. The movie we're scratching off the list today is a 1993 animated classic, Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Batman is wrongly implicated in a series of murders of mob bosses actually committed by a new vigilante assassin. Did you watch this back in the day at all?
Never. Actually, I had it confused with a Batman the Animated Series episode about an actor. So watching this movie, I was like, what the f*** am I watching?
I've heard like fantastic things about this movie always, but it wasn't until last year after I watched and went through the whole animated series that I watched this after watching the animated series, which I'll leave a link for that right over here because I reviewed it as well. And even without not having any nostalgia attached to it, it's fantastic. From the jump, they're just trying to make a point that it's not just another episode with like that little CGI opening. It's just great.
That threw me off guard really quick.
Yeah. And then the theme kicks in. In the first split second, I'm like, oh, I wish it was the series theme because it's so good. But then the more this theme keeps going, I'm like, nah, this theme's sick. I guess they wanted to differentiate also from the series, so they gave this another little twist.
So let you know, this production had a little more oomph to it.
Yeah, it's not just one giant big episode, even though it does feel like that is. Because it's not a bad thing that it is, just because the show's that great. Immediately after that, the shot of Gotham is beautiful as well. The artwork of this thing is just going to live on forever. I said it in the review. It's going to be in a museum of like, you can watch this whenever because it's supposed to be taking place in 1940.
For real?
That's the theory because of the Art Deco style.
Yes.
But it could be played whenever. Because there's kind of cool technology with like bat planes and other stuff, and then there's the cars are old timey, so it's a beautiful blend of technology that it could be placed whenever. I also love that they quickly get into it. You know,
you don't mess with anything. What, the first 5 minutes and you get the other vigilantes? Like, whoa!
You already know what the deal is. There's no filler. You're straight to the point. And this movie is like only like an hour and 16 minutes long. And I don't think a single frame is wasted.
No frames are wasted. You see everything flow. You see every movement. It's very detailed. The animation is very fluid. So
no, you're supposed to savor it. It's not that long.
Exactly. That was the word I was looking for. You have to savor every moment.
Every studio should watch this movie for that reason. Not every movie has to be over 2 hours.
No. Oh my God. No. That practice is getting on my nerves, and I like long form media, but with every movie is over 2 hours
when it's not supposed. It doesn't. There's no need for it to be.
No, this is a brilliantly concise movie. The runtime makes it even better.
Not a frame of this movie is wasted. So pretty quickly we get to see the Phantasm, and its design is pretty sick. It's so simple. The voice that it has is great. It entices fear. In intrigue, you were trying to figure out who it is, and it all just fits so well in that world.
And it feels more savage to the point where that knife really, the blade hand didn't scare me, but it's like, oh my God.
So actually the Phantasm borrows from an existing Batman villain called the Reaper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he appears in Batman Year 2 comic where he would go around killing crime bosses for revenge. And in the comic, Batman would actually have to team up with Joe Chill to take him down.
Oh.
And then at the end, he finds out that the Reaper is actually the father of Rachel, the woman he was supposed to marry. So the theory there's a theory out there suggesting that this is actually the Reaper, because in the movie, no one ever calls this creature the Phantasm.
No, it's what they want us to infer because of the effects and the way he enters and he leaves.
Yeah. But yeah, even the voice acting outside of the Phantasm is great. My in denial ass wrote in my notes, the simple fact that it's been 20 years and none of it's come cheesy. Sir, it's been 30.
30, damn.
Yeah, so the fact that the voice acting still translates today, because you would watch a cartoon, it's very easy to be cheesy.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, goes without saying, and I go more into it in more detail in the series video. We got legend Kevin Conroy. Mark Hamill, man, I just can't. I can't with him.
Why?
He's too fabulous.
Okay, I was...
He's too great. He's too fantastic.
Oh, because I thought you were going to go the other way because people are kind of hating Mark Hamill now. I don't know why.
I was going to say he is kind of vocal online, so maybe that, but I don't care.
His acting, his reprisal of the Joker is just magnificent. Even in animation, they find ways for the story or even the personal story of each character to unfold with twitches, with face expressions, with voice inflections.
He'll growl really quick and you're like, oh, what? Like he's just fantastic. It might be the greatest animated character of all time, right?
You'll be hard pressed to find somebody that's so developed, so nuanced, and so fun. Let
us know down in the comments who you guys think is the greatest cartoon character of all time. I think it's got to be Batman Animated Series Joker. But also in the cast, we got Dana Delaney as Andrea Belmont. She also went on to voice Lois Lane in future Warner Brothers movies. Legendary Godfather actor Abe Vigoda played Salvatore Valestra. Stacy Keach was actually Mr. Belmont and provided the voice for the Phantasm. And the voice of the slime ball Arthur Reeves, we've actually seen before, bruh, is Hard Bachner, the hunk in the Supergirl movie.
Oh my god.
Shout out to my boy. We've also done for the list the Supergirl movie, and I'll leave that for you right over here as well.
Hey, kudos to the homeboy.
I was laughing at these people who were blaming Batman for throwing a car out the window with his bare hands. Like, what the hell? Oh, it's Batman. He did it. No, he didn't. What do you think he did? Threw the damn car out the window? Relax.
How long do you think Batman has been practicing his vigilantiness?
Timeline-wise, it's a little weird because fans think that this movie takes place in between season 1 and 2.
Okay.
But regardless, they know it's a human, I think, right? They know Batman is a human, so...
With his practice of vigilantism, he's never had a record of ending somebody's life. Never. In the animated series, if I recall correctly.
I did like the hoes at the party. They were all over Bruce. And the one more, and it was like, the I word, engagement.
Yo, I loved that I knew who the Asian one was. You got diversity, bro.
It's still wild to me, even though I watched through the whole series, how many guns there is on the show. And in this movie, there's handguns, shotguns, and it's a PG-rated movie.
Well, kids had hair on their chest way back in the day.
I also love, even though it's only a little bit, but it's a lot of Batman properties neglect this part of Batman, it's the detective work.
Oh yeah.
He does a little bit of it in the cemetery.
It was in the cemetery with the glass on the car.
It was enough for me to notice.
Yeah.
And I appreciated it.
His roots.
He's the greatest detective of the world of all time or whatever. He's the world's greatest detective.
Yeah, that one. I was like, something does not feel right.
They use Arthur Reed, the a-hole politician guy, as a distraction. He's the asshole that's so close to the good guy that you don't suspect the good guy to be the bad guy kind of thing. Plus, there are so many bad guy kind of characters that you really are guessing throughout the whole movie who it could be.
The whole time, I was thinking between everybody in the picture.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it can't be this guy. Could it be this guy? Nah, está respirando puro he's using oxygen from a tank. I don't think he's that guy.
It's so good that I already said that I watched it last year, and my dumbass forgot who it was, and I got it wrong again.
Holy!
I usually figure this out pretty quickly. We also see very early days of Bruce being a crime fighter, trying to figure out what he's doing. It's an origin story, but which is why everybody says this is the greatest Batman origin film there is, because they don't show his parents getting killed, because we know.
Yeah, it is inferred, but you see him go through the motions of him training, or not the Ra's al Ghul training, but him training in his house, him fighting crime without the suit, like saying, yo, I need to strike fear in these guys. How can I do that? And then pausing for him to be a person. I feel like he's a person. I feel Bruce Wayne and Batman to be human. And I think for the first time since I've seen Batman on the screen.
A bunch of movies kind of tiptoe around this, but this movie really harps on the struggle that Bruce has of being a human being and Batman, and trying to live a normal life with a wife, and the psychological reason why he's doing it. You know, he says it, I can't stop doing this because it brings comfort for me helping the city, and it helps me alleviate the pain of the loss of his parents. When he says that to the grave, I'm like, dang, I don't remember any outside of the comics probably that explain the reason really, really why he's doing it. I could be blanking right this second. Of course, yell at me at the comments if I am.
Of course, that's what they're there for.
But that struggle between Bruce and Batman is depicted beautifully, and it's just also so done quickly. They don't disrespect the audience by making it obvious in any other way. It's just a great story.
Yeah, and brilliantly paced also, because it's interweaved in past and present.
There's flashbacks, and it comes back and forth, and it's very easy to follow. But the original storyline idea for the movie was actually the trial one. This was later done as a 2-part episode in the series, where the villains of Gotham captured Batman and bring him to trial in front of the judge, Joker, where he must convince him to spare his life. But they didn't see that much action in that potential script, so they made them reconsider this for this whole new story. But we do see a young Joker before he was actually the Joker, and you can immediately pick him out because he was already kind of a douchebag back then.
Oh yeah, he was hilariously evil.
There's a lot of drama too within the action, like when the police are chasing him and they mess him up pretty good.
Oh, I love that scene. Like, he's a human. He's not this super powerful god or demigod being. No. He can get messed up pretty good.
And they take his mask off too, which furthers your point.
Well, he takes it off.
Right. You have that, and he's risking being found out.
Yeah. Yeah.
All these guys are right behind him, chasing him, and there's just so much drama in that, like, whole action scene it's brilliant.
And it's not a long action scene. It's actually pretty quick. What was it? Like 3-4 minutes maybe?
Something like
that. And we're just booking it.
I did love it when he smacked her with the meat. That was pretty funny.
That fight was pretty cool, pretty dynamic. It was funny that he used his environment, and that meat smack was like, oh, chef's kiss. But as soon as I saw the bologna thing and the knife, I was like, you're gonna smack the shit out of her with the meat. You're not gonna even touch the knife.
I'm pretty sure there is like a psychological representation or something with the Joker and Batman fighting in a mini Gotham City.
Oh, I love that. It was so kaiju.
I know that's where you were going to go.
Yeah.
But I was trying to be like more philosophical about it. Like, they run the city or they have control over the city.
Well, yeah, because there's the two main what could you say, main entities that rule the city. The guy who wants to destroy it just for funsies, and the guy who wants to protect it from the people who want to destroy it. And they're the prominent figures in the city. You want Falcone? Sure. You want whatever? Simon. But those are the two that, like you said, control the city.
And whether it's a small Gotham or the real one, they just make a mess no matter what. They were destroying everything.
And I liked it very much that he was using the city against Batman, just as we just saw when they were firing at his back. It was very blatant in the city, the mini city.
Yeah.
The Warner Brothers.
So at the end, spoiler alert for this 30-year-old movie, the Phantasm takes Joker. So I also wish there was some sort of explanation as to what happened to the Joker.
Yeah, because they don't tell you nothing.
Well, you see the Phantasm again as not the Phantasm, but you don't see the Joker. Like I said, this film takes place between season 1 and 2, and the Joker's still there. So obviously he survived the events of the movie. So what actually happened between them? Nothing. The credits song does not feel Batman-y at all.
No. As soon as I heard the credits song, I was like, no, this. I just couldn't.
It's such a 90s cheesy end credits movie.
I think that's where the cheese was. That was not in the series, in the credits.
Yeah. So this movie is actually nominated for an Academy Award for Best Animation Movie, but unfortunately it lost against The Lion King. I mean, come on. So there's actually no disputing of how great this movie is, but this movie did flop in theaters.
No way.
Yes, because it was supposed to come out straight to video, but Warner Brothers saw how good the quality of it was and decided to put it on theaters. So it bombed in theaters, and it didn't even recoup its $6 million budget.
Holy crap, $6 million?
That was the budget, and it didn't make that back. And this could be because of its limited run that the Warner Brothers did, plus it released it on Christmas Day.
Oh, cabrón.
Also, there wasn't a whole lot of promotion for it, and the little bit of promotion that there was in the action figures actually spoiled the movie.
Oh, shit.
So the toys reveal who the Phantasm was, and the toys came out before the movie did.
Toys have been spoiling movies since forever then.
They've done it before. We've mentioned about Dick Tracy, how they did the same thing. And because of this movie, it started the whole DC animated movie run.
Oh.
Is this the best Batman movie?
I was thinking this during the whole runtime, and I want to say yes.
I want to say yes, too.
This is on the tippy top on my list in Batman movies.
If you watch any of the other ones, especially the Schumacher ones, you have to justify it. You have to make excuses for it. And there's really no excuse you can make for this movie because there's no need to. It's basically animated perfection.
I mean, the fact that it stood the test of time, Wade. The style of animation, it was all drawn on black paper, right?
Yeah.
It just comes through with all the darkness and gritty and moodiness and
It's fantastic. If you are a Batman fan and you have not seen it, definitely deserves a watch. It might be the best animated movie of all time.
I think it's up there with Akira.
Akira's pretty sick. We've also done Akira, so make sure you watch that. Those were our thoughts. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments down below. Like I mentioned 4 times throughout the filming of this video, I've done the whole animated series for the list that I'll leave for you right over here. Thank you guys for watching, and remember to always and forever, you do.
Bye.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.